Accord, hop out the Porsche, shake that, got that on menu, the a la carte. Boy, I had to make my point about this wave. Watch for the sharks bounce, sharks bounce. I gave it up and talking Cuban links. Tell her ain't no weak link in my Cuban link. Only like my age.
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene just a few moments ago, predictably loud and raucous here at Arrowhead as their beloved Chiefs took field, and they are set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. This one fielded at the 5. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Now, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Allen, nifty footwork. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. You can bring your tight end over there. Either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage. You got a chance to rumble. 5
yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On second down, Jackson to the right side and complete to Hurst. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the ground with their leading rusher from a season ago, it's Alex Collins. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Second down, here's Jackson. Underneath to Allen. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Jackson. It finds Crabtree for the completion. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now Everyone gets locked in. The confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing.
And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Chris Jones in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long.
Set. 319. 319.
From the gun, Jackson. Dancing to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that 1st down now. I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. Throwing is Jackson, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Hayden Hurst with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Blue 45. Ace.
Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. And he'll get this one up to the 26. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A gain of 19 and picking up the 1st.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that 1st down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot. And they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Z. Here we go now. Green 90.
On On second down, here's Mahomes. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
The drive starts with a run by Collins. He finds some open field here. There goes Alex Collins. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Alex Collins with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll start with Hunt on the ground, and he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. The defensive end, Cameron Wake, brings him down.
Cameron Wake makes plays like that look simple because I think he plays with excellent leverage. Really does a nice job of being lower than the offensive guys trying to block him and gets underneath them and goes up and down the line of scrimmage to make those types of plays.
And kept him to a short run play there.
Here we go now. Green, 90.
Play fake there to Hunt. Now Mahomes. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. And they've got it here with a first down.
Here we go now. Green, 90. Green, 90. Z.
Now here's Mahomes. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Chief linemen might have moved. The false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on second down. Mahomes going to throw. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Mahomes now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Hunt. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Mahomes did throw on 2nd down. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, is going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do. So he went out of the pocket left, and then things got dicey.
And what often happens is when they get outside, they want to keep their eyes downfield in order to try and complete a pass. But when they try to make a play, they've got to get their footwork involved. And that can really mess them up as well. And in this case, nothing went right, and the ball got knocked free.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. And avoids the contact by sliding. It's a gain of 7, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Tackle, but then quickly brought down. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And, Charles, a couple extra defensive backs in here on 3rd and 1.
Not expecting them to run it at all.
Here's Hunt. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Play fake here on 1st down. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Ready. Green 90. Green 90.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Here we go.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
And let's see 6 defensive backs out there. They're in the dime here on 3rd and goal. Now Mahomes. And the pressure gets to him again.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal. Now brings up a decision on 4th down.
And Butker able to put this one through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up, and the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And now here come the Ravens. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief, that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. A minute 57 to go in this first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Jackson now to throw on 2nd down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
On 3rd down, Jackson. Snead's got it. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And his throw is incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Gone! 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 Gone!
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. Caught left side to Crabtree. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
Gone!
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. This quarterback now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now Jackson looking to throw on 2nd down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Jackson now. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10.
4 down, check, 4 down.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will take this one all the way back inside the 35-yard line.
It's the 3rd quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Green 90. Green 90.
This is Hunt. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Mahomes to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, there in coverage. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Mahomes hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, Let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
They'll begin the drive with Collins. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Second and 9 now from the 21. On second down, Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. D. Ford coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Ravens on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Jackson from the shotgun. Looking deep downfield. And got his man complete. That goes as a gain of 37 on third down. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there isn't a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Got it complete to Crabtree. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down at will. This quarterback now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue line.
Jackson into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Green 90. Green 90.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Willie Henry able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45. Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail.
They run with Hunt. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Blue 45.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And able to find Conley. A good pickup there of 22. On 1st down, Mahomes steps away to his left. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Green 90. Green 90. Slow. Z.
Mahomes now on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. They'll run it now out of the gun. Space to run past the 20 and down to the 16-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Green 90. Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail.
They go play action here on 1st down. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Ready, blue 45, blue 45. Ace.
Snap coming at 1, and it's Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Willie Henry in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard. They trail as we start quarter number 4. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Ready, blue 45.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. This is taken at his 4. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now, 1st and 10. They begin the drive on the ground with Allen. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The all-pro safety Eric Berry in on the stop.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football. but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Here's Jackson. It's complete to Snead. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
3rd and 4, and this crowd urging on their defense. They're up and making noise.
Here we go now. Green.
Throwing is Jackson. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Chris Jones in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Fielded at the 20. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs are a 2-point conversion away from tying this thing up. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is cut to 1 at 14-13. Butker now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Hurry up, here we go.
Here's a first down run with Collins. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Set. 3-19.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consider. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Caught by Snead over the middle. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it, and this one winds up no good.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
We got 3. We got 3, fellas. We got 3. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill.
They begin here with a run by Wentz. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't they?
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Not that time for Watkins. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, there in coverage. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you were going on the field, but okay, I see you. Back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens get the football back and in great shape.
Here we go now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
And again, it's Collins. And he's going to be met at about the 43. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
All right, here we go. 319. 319.
Jackson to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by David Anderson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Here we go. Blue 45.
They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here we go. Blue 45.
Back to throw. His throw incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. This defense so strong all afternoon long, well executed again there.
This is a group that really functions well off of each other. No matter what the assignment, the other person fills in the exact proper spot. They've made it very, very hard for them to find open places to throw the football.
Green 90.
He's back to throw. He's got a man. It's Williams. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That one good for 12 yards and a Kansas City first. We are inside of 1 minute, only one timeout left, so they've got to move quickly.
Get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure they're set. No penalties in this situation, but you're exactly right. Conserve that timeout for when they really need it.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Chiefs will try and get to the line quickly.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got it at the 15. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And so they run it in on the two-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about, from the offense's perspective, what you do on the two-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the two-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for two. Jackson and the Ravens come up now, 1st and 10. Now Jackson, and he will find his man on the end route, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Now they burn the timeout. And they're kind of in that gray area where they might be able to get 2 plays in, but maybe just 1 play left in this ball game. We'll see. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Jackson. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. 1 final shot now. I'm not even sure he can get it to the end zone, though, from this distance.
That's going to take as much arm as he has, and you actually have to plan for the contingency. Maybe you're playing a tip, try and get someone down who can tip it up and keep it for your own team and try and get to the end zone that way.
1 last shot for Jackson. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty, and with that, the ball game is over. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the 4th quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
They will definitely feel like that because when you have a lead in the 4th quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
So for Kansas City, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And next week, they get to stay home again as the Los Angeles Chargers come to town. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.